Hi everyone, I am Robyn, the Copy Bitch. This is Stewie, my sidekick sloth, and this is the place where you can ask questions about copywriting and I will answer them as honestly as I can, based on my experience. So today's question is, what was my copywriter career path? I have all my questions here. The goal of these videos is to go through them one by one on my channel. So my copywriter career path, a little unconventional. So I always knew I wanted to be a writer. I was thinking fiction writer, and I do that on the side. You can see the links in the description below. But in college, I was a communication major and didn't really know what I was going to do. I did some work on the college radio station. I was lucky enough to do an internship in Australia where I also worked at a radio station. So when I came back during my senior year in college, I got really, really lucky and started working for a Boston radio station in the programming department and eventually on the morning show. So I kind of took a detour from writing, but when I worked in radio, I did a lot of writing for on-air promos and things like that and developed a real conversational style and still really wanted to still be a writer. So after 7 or so years in radio, I left to become a writer, a fiction writer, and ask me how that worked out. But then I realized, well, if I can't do the fiction writing full time and pay the bills, what sort of writing can I do? And so I kind of, skidded sideways into copywriting from there. So I never aspired to be a copywriter. It just kind of happened organically. So like so many people, I don't think you're a kid and you think like, I want to grow up to be a copywriter. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who do, but I was lucky in that it was at the beginning of, the digital marketing revolution. We're in the early aughts right now when this was happening. And, this was before every business had a website. This was before, Twitter existed and Instagram and social media really took off. So it was kind of like the Wild West of digital marketing. So I kind of entered at the right time when, you can learn the things as you were going, and that's what I did, and kind of pieced together my existence. I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm recording this video in 2022, and I started in 2002. So my career path was, I went to college, I got a degree in communication, started in radio, left radio, and then just started to freelance. And I did a bunch of different things at the very beginning. Like I did some teaching, I did some stringing for my local newspaper because I was still, thinking maybe I want to go journalism route. And then I started doing work for businesses, business websites and, press releases and email marketing and email newsletters, and just kind of kept building from there. So that's my career path. And you know what? It's not all that unusual. Like I think most people who end up being freelance copywriters come from something else. Like a good friend of mine who's been doing this for 13 years, he was working in the print business for a long time, like a printing company where they, did brochures and, posters and things like that, marketing collateral. And so he was exposed to the marketing collateral, did a lot of business printing, and would sometimes help with the design and the words and proofing. And then, he always loved writing. He had a journalism degree, and, we became friends, and he saw what I was doing and he's like, oh, maybe I can do that. So I kind of mentored him a little bit, not that he needed a lot of mentoring, and he kind of came to it, from that direction. I know other writers who come from, they were writers for companies, and then maybe there were layoffs, or they just wanted more flexibility to work from home, and then they just kind of, put out their virtual shingle and built it from there. So I think there are many different ways that you can become a copywriter. That copywriter career path isn't a straight line, and probably that's true for any career. So that was my career path. Hopefully that helps. Check out my other videos if you're thinking about pursuing copywriting or you're just getting started. I have a whole playlist, Copywriters for Beginners or for beginning copywriters, and you can check it out and see what you think. And we will see you next time. If you have more questions, leave them in the comments. Happy to answer them. I am Robyn the Copy Bitch, and this is Stewie, my sidekick sloth, and we will see you next time.